Hello and welcome everybody to another Chromatic Cube draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and this is going to be the second draft that I have. Every time one of these fun new cube formats come out on Arena, I like getting in one or two drafts in. We already did one, and we had a really nice kind of perfect blue-green deck that had a bunch of ramp, counterspells, top end, and mana fixing. I mean, that's everything that you want to be doing. And I'm not going to lie, like ideally, that happens again, but we'll see. Right? We'll see what happens, and we'll try to quote-unquote read the draft and draft something sweet regardless. Now, before we hop into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Final Fantasy, or you wanted to start pre-ordering some booster boxes of Edge of Eternity, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, everything you need for your next upcoming Edge of Eternity's pre-release, or just to make sure you're fully ready to go for your next tabletop gaming experience, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They also have a heavy convention presence, so if you ever see one of their booths, tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. Okay, pack one, pick one. What do we have? There's Sublime Epiphany, and I mean, there's going to be few cards I take over Sublime Epiphany. This card is just fantastic. You saw the complete absurdity that we were able to pull off. Now, noting it is a little bit worse when you have legendary creatures in your deck because you can't clone those. But regardless, this card is one of the best cards in the Chromatic Cube. The thing with Chromatic Cube is you're just really... It's all about top end. There's not a ton of cheap stuff, and whoever just resolves the best top end threats ends up winning, and I think this is one of the best cards. Omen Path Journey is a nice way to just ramp every single turn, but I generally prefer 2 and 3 mana ramp to 4 mana ramp. So, I think it's fine, but I don't really put as high of a priority on this. And cards like Play with Fire and Royal Eruption, just don't ever take these. Like, you can play them in like best of 3 to kill a bunch of mana dorks, but you never want to take cheap creatures like that generally in the Chromatic Cube. But happy enough first picking Sublime Epiphany, and well, this is probably one of, if not the best mana acceleration cards in the entire cube. Birds of Paradise, right? This is an oldie but a goodie. This card is just fantastic. It gives you whatever color you need. And it's absolutely what we're going to take here. Noting that you need to make sure your mana base is heavily skewed towards green to make the Birds of Paradise work, but certainly going to take it here over Overlord of the Flood Pits and something like Elvish Mystic. So very nice. I do love Birds of Paradise. It's so iconic. It's one of my favorite cards. It's just so simple, so wonderful, so powerful. Here we have one with the Multiverse. I wonder how good this card actually is. It costs 8. There is Star of Extinction, which I do think is also quite nice. Like, this is the type of sweeper effect that you want. Noting that it's not as good with Birds of Paradise, but if you go with the theory that your opponents are also going to have mana ramp creatures in play, and if I try to focus my ramp with effects that are not just creatures, this can end up paying off here. I think the other option for me would have been like an Oracle of Moldiah, which is also quite nice. But I'm going to try... I want to do something a little bit different. I didn't take the Star of Extinction last time, so why don't we take it this time and just kind of see what we can pull off here. Maybe there's like a controlling deck with like a little bit less ramp. I don't know. I know I took the Bop here, but I just wanted to try the Star of Extinction. Moving on to pack 1, pick 4. There's a Tooth and Nail, which is all right. I'm not a huge Muldrifter fan. It's okay. But gone are the times where Muldrifter was just like an absolutely fantastic slam dunk card. Guardian Idol is interesting as just a 2-mana accelerant. It's not necessarily the best, but it does really work well with cards like Star of Extinction and Sublime Epiphany. So maybe I just... like 2-mana rocks are still pretty good in my opinion. The Gwenna did a lot of work, but I think, given that I want to see if I can provide a slightly different draft experience here and maybe have not lean into creature ramp a little bit less here and try to make the Sublime Epiphany work. I do love Spell Swindle. I'm going to take this card. All right, we are trying to do the full-on control thing here. Brazen Collector, by the way, if you end up in like more red-green mid-range ramp, this card's fantastic. Anything that accelerates is good, and this is a 2-mana 2/1 that basically gives you a red source when you attack, and most people just don't have blockers for this, so this card's quite nice. But I'm going to take Spell Swindle, counter target spell, make X treasure tokens, where X is that spell's mana value. Yes, this is the ultimate blowout card. You play this, and your opponents are just very, very sad. Moving on to pack 1, pick 6. It looks like we're going to be more of a blue-red deck, although Nantuko Slicer is quite a nice card. 4 mana for a 3/2 with kicker. When this enters, return target card from your graveyard. So it's an Eternal Witness. But if you kick it, you can duplicate a conjure duplicate of target card in an opponent's graveyard, and you can put that into your hand as well. And one thing that I've learned in the past is if it's an alchemy card, you usually take it. So I'm going to take the Slicer here. We'll make the mana work at some point later on. Moving on to pack 1, pick 7, we have 2 really strong options here. There's Part the Water Veil, which is just a really good card. Taking an extra turn is just strong in this format. You can hit a land. In the late game, you get a big body. Or there's Sylvan Primordial. When this enters, for each opponent, destroy target non-creature permanent. So you can kill a land. It costs 7 mana. But then I can also get a forest and put that into play tap. So both are pretty nice options. Which one do I want to do? I actually think it's kind of close. Primordial might actually be better, but I'm going to take the cheaper card, and this is a Time Walk. And again, I'm trying to lean into like a more control-heavy deck here and see how this works. Primeval Herald, when this enters or attacks, I can get a basic land card and put it into play tapped. I don't care about Crush of Tentacles very much. Hornlock Whale is just medium. I can also take Iron Crag, which is another an artifact accelerant that costs 2 mana. I think I'm going to take it over the Primeval Herald, mostly because this costs 4 mana. So let's take the Iron Crag here and see what we can make happen. All right, moving on to pack 1, pick 9. Just taking a look at how this deck's looking. It's looking like, again, a blue-green deck, unsurprising, with a, maybe we're Teamer. So given that, I think it makes sense to take the Willow Rush Verge. This is just going to be excellent. I'm going to want to be a blue-green base deck anyway, so this is an untapped land that gets me the colors that I need here. Moving on to pack 1, pick 10. Kogla and Yodaro is fine, but I think I'm probably just going to take one of these lands. There's a blue-black land and a green-white land. Make Your Own Luck is okay. It's another like card draw type effect, but I think I'm in the market just for some mana fixing. So let's take a Clearwater Pathway because this is a blue source that can potentially get me a black source here with the Nantuko Slicer. I don't think one with the multiverse is what I want to be doing. It's just another expensive card. Meanwhile, I want to play Star of Extinction. Ooh, Mizzix's Mastery on Star of Extinction is pretty cool. But I'm going to take Commercial District here just to continue focusing on my mana fixing. Here I'll take Tooth and Nail. Maybe there's a world where we can pull off some sweet combos. And Brazen Collect. I mean, maybe we play this card. I don't know what our base colors are going to be, but this card is fantastic if you can play it early. Here, I don't think I'll take Atsushi, but I don't actually think this card's particularly strong. So I don't think I'm going to play these cards. All right, moving on. What do we have? Pack 2, pick 1. Elspeth Sun's Champion is a totally fine card. Shatter Skull Smashing is okay. There's a Cultivate, though. Really like Cultivate. Kindred Denial. Counter target spell. Seek a card with the same mana value as that spell. I mean, for me, if it says counter a spell, I'm usually just going to take it. So I think I'm probably just going to take it. Loot is okay. Cultivate's okay. But yeah. This card seems awesome. I mean, it's literally counter a spell, and then I get to get a Nantuko Slicer. Basically, I get a 4-drop after I counter a spell, so that seems fantastic here. Moving on to pack 2, pick 2. No good ramp effects here. There's some lands I can choose, like a blue-green land is interesting. There is a Coma here, but I don't really care for a card like Coma yet. Yeah, I mean, this is fairly a weak pack. There's a Dragonlord Ojutai, but don't necessarily need that here. This is just a very weak pack overall. Insidious Fungus is interesting because it can ramp me, but I think I'm just going to take a blue-green pathway here. Just given my deck, this seems like just a solid card. And like I said, this format, like, you're just going to get enough playables, so just taking good mana fixing is always a totally fine thing to do. I do love Ugin. I think this card's fantastic. And I will take it over Lumra. It's exactly the type of thing that you want to ramp into. Not only it ramps you as well when it stays in play, but when you cast it, it just kills something full stop, and it draws you cards. I think Ugin is fantastic and a wonderful curve topper here for this type of deck. All right, moving on here to pack 2, pick 4. Kogla was amazing for me before, so I'm kind of interested in taking it, but I think I'm just going to take Ornithopter of Paradise. This is just another really, really good mana effect. I mean, 2 mana for an 0-2 that taps for any color. Very, very good. Gonna take it here over the Kogla. And I do think, for what it's worth, I do think the Kogla is good, but you know how much I value these cheap mana accelerant cards. Now I'll take Commit to Memory. Very, very good card here as well. Good counter fixing, counter mana. So we have Commit, Spell Swindle, Sublime Epiphany, and Kindred Denial. 4 counter spells with a Part the Water Veil. Things are looking very, very nice here for our deck. And moving on to pack 2, pick 6, there's a Chandra Flame Shaper on the double splash. There's Eldest Reborn, which is actually a really good card. It makes your opponent sacrifice a thing. This just gets you a ton of value. The question is, do I want to splash this, or do I want to take something like a Fabled Passage? You know what? I'm gonna try this card. I haven't played with it that much, but it does seem pretty sweet. So I will try the Eldest Reborn here, because it gets a creature or planeswalker card from any graveyard and puts it into play. That's the important part about this card. All right, moving on to pack 2, pick 7. I don't really love a Champion of Wits that much. It's all right. I think I'm just going to take a Rockfall Veil just to get more red fixing to be able to play my Star of Extinction if that's what I want to do for this deck. Pack 2, pick 8. Don't really care too much for these red cards. I just don't want to be red. Honestly, like we have double blue cards. Although we'll note that we don't have that much green, so maybe there's a world where we do end up in blue-red specifically. Like, I can see that. Rite of Replication, do I take this? Or do I take Mana Confluence? Actually, let's take Mana Confluence. Nobody's beating me down, and this just gives me all the colors I need. Like, there's, like, not many people are playing beatdowns anyways, so I feel like there's a lot of value in having a land that just gives you whatever colors you need. Yeah, I mean, there's a world where we somehow end up in, like, a Grixis deck. I don't know. Although all of our lands tap for green, so it's kind of weird. Definitely on the lookout for some good win conditions if I can find it. I don't think I really love loot very much. I'm just going to take a Deathcap Glade here. Just another good mana fixer. Just to make it so that the Eldest Reborn and Nantuko Slicer are easy cards to play here. Nothing worth splashing in white for the Deserted Breach. So I'm just going to take Overgrown Tomb again. And again, I mean, you're just going to get these mana fixers free late. And which is why I don't generally take the mana fixers as highly early on. Here we have a blue-green land, which is pretty good. And there's also a Lumra. When this enters, mill 4 cards, then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That seems okay, and I kind of need some top end. So fine, I'll take a Lumra here. I don't love it, but it seems okay. But like, I don't have any fetch land, so I don't know how good it actually is. Here, there's like Hell to Pay, Archangel is double white. I don't know. I'm not playing any of these cards. Rionia Fire Dancer. It's the only card that I could consider here, so I'll just take it here. Glory Heath Lynx is just never a card you want to put into your decks. And all right. You know, honestly, this deck could probably use a little more top end, but we'll see where this goes. Pack 3, pick 1 gives us Tender Wild Guide. Fantastic card. Probably going to take it here. There is Indrist. Conjure a card named Lightning Bolt into your library. It perpetually gains Storm. That's funny. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. That's cool. I think there's a chance that card tables, and maybe we play it, but let's just take the Wild Guide here. Pack 3, pick 2. Also, you know, honestly, this deck is looking for some win conditions. So I think I will take Sabsunin here. It draws me cards. It was one of the best cards in Ether Drift Limited. It's got to be decent here. All right, moving on to Pack 3, pick 3. Oh, Mythweaver Pock is a mythic level card. This card's fantastic. Saiba Siphoner is also okay. 4 mana for a 2/2 flash. I can get a spell from my graveyard to my hand, but ramping is far more important. Wayfarer's Bauble is also just a perfectly fine card as well, and I would like that as well, but I'm going to take the Mythweaver Puck here. And honestly, I mean, I know this deck, yeah, this deck looks a lot like the previous deck, but I just feel like this is the way that you're supposed to draft this format, and while it's still available, while I can still pull it off, like, I'm going to go for it here. I don't know how much I want to play this card, though. Like, Self-mill, do I have, like, ways to get things back out of my graveyard? I guess I have Eldritch Reborn. Like, maybe I play it. Depends on how many playables I end up. Like, the cards on the right are somewhat maybe-ish cards. I have 3 red sources, plus Ornithopter 4, 5, 6 red sources. Okay. It does kill literally everything, all my other creatures, but it might still just be worth it to play, honestly. All right, pack 3, pick 4. I'm going to take Doppelgang. That is absolutely the type of card I want to ramp into. X spells are fantastic, and I'm very, very happy about picking up a Doppelgang here. This is like an 8-drop, although I'll just put it here. It's another top-end win condition, which is absolutely something that we need. Oh my gosh, this pack is completely broken. This pack is busted. I'm not going to take the Bloom Tender. There's Casualties of War and Roxanne and Refute. Oh my gosh. Which one of these 2 cards do I want? They're both absurd. I'm going to take the Roxanne just because I think it's easier to play. Just because my black fixing in this case is actually not very good. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I can pull it off, but double black is hard. And I do think that they're close enough in power level. I think they're close enough in power level where I'm just going to take the really good card that's easier to cast for my deck. All right, so I think that's the pick here. Now I think I can probably just take Stomping Ground as just another really great mana. I can also take Celestis. Actually, I'm going to take Celestis. This one's actually one of the better mana rocks because you can loot with this card, which I really like. And Artifact Ramp is also pretty good with the Ugin. I think it was pretty close, but I think I'm going to just get more lands later, so I'm just not going to put a high priority on it. Here, there's a red-green-black land, which is pretty nice, but just going to take Llanowar Loam Speaker here. Oh, it got buffed, too. I can make lands into 4/4s, but yeah, let's just take this as another 2-mana ramp effect. Pack 3, pick 8 gives us Sphinx's Revelation. I don't have any white mana. It is a really good late game card. I don't actually think I need it, though. Well, let's just take more mana fixing, I guess. I just feel like I have enough action where I don't need Sphinx's Revelation. All right, blue-green. Wow, I just can't play any of these cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Soul Transfer, maybe? It's double black, though, so I don't think I'm going to cast it here. Red, white, black. It's a red-black land. Red, green, white. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to play this Triome. All right, there is a Dreamroot Cascade, which is certainly fine, and a Scythecat Cub. I don't really care for the Cub, so let's take the Cascade. Actually, I think the Hydra is fine. It's just like a bad Kogla that can randomly just beat people down, so let's play it. Also, I just need some cards for the top end of my mana curve. Here, there's a Joint Exploration and a Cavalier of Thorns. I think I actually need another spell for my deck, so I'll take the Joint Exploration here just to have another ramp effect, and now we get the Stomping... What do you do? Oh, whatever, I'm just taking Stomping Grounds. All right, Hangerback Walker, I don't care for. And all right, this is our deck. This is our deck. Now, yeah, I mean, Sphinx's Revelation would have been an interesting card here, but this is literally all the cards that could make it into our deck. So let's take a look here and see what we're working with. These are the top end cards. And these are our ramp effects. This is like, I don't know, probably like a 5-drop at the very least. We have some number of ramp cards. I mean, yeah, this is exactly what I want. Looks totally fine. Let's figure out our mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources. Oh my gosh. That's with 0 forests, by the way. So I don't need to play any forests. And then for blue, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue sources. Okay. 10 blue, 10 green. All right. For red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red sources for 2 red cards. And then I have some of these cards. Okay. And then for black, I have basically 2 black cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 black sources. And then all these other colors. Yeah, okay. Well, this mana seems perfect here. 10 blue, 10 green. And the extra mountain for the Star of Extinction. I don't have any ways to actually search outlands, so this seems totally fine. Brazen Collector is a fine card, but on the splash, I don't think I need. There's Tooth and Nail. I don't think I need this card either. It costs 9 mana. What do I get? Like, I just don't have like a slam dunk expensive creature to get, so I don't think that's necessary. There is a Savai Triumph to give me another red and black source, but given that I don't have any white cards, I don't think I need this either. So yeah, all right. 17 lands, bunch of mana fixing. Hopefully we have enough top end here to close it down. I think we do. Usually you do. So let's give this a whirl. All right, now before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. As it truly, truly means a lot. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I think is a really great, valuable tool to up your limited game. Also, you get access to my private videos that I make for the Discord, along with potentially joining the private stream, depending on the tier. All right, gonna keep this hand here. We have Island, Joint Exploration, some expensive cards. What does this say? Draw a card, then if the spell was kicked, you may put... Okay, so that's kind of interesting. I guess I wait till turn 3, technically, because that could ramp me a little bit better. Turn to a Loam Speaker from the opponent. And I'm actually just going to play it now. I just want lands. I don't want this. I don't want the Wild Guide. I don't think. I want the opportunity to just draw more lands, I think. Actually, no, the Wild Guide is pretty good. What am I saying? Yeah. The only downside to this is I miss my land drop next turn. But instead of a land, the thought process here is instead of a land, I get to kick the Tender Wild Guide Offspring, rather. And I think that's quite strong. Big Score. That's a really good card, by the way. The treasure means they get to ramp like crazy. Cashing that in for a birds. All right. Our opponent knows what's up. They definitely know what's up. All right, let's play this with Offspring. And let's see. If I draw a land next turn, that'd be really nice. Mythweaver Pock plus land would be good. Obviously, we have Star of Extinction as an option. If I can draw a land as well. If they, like, if things get a little bit out of hand, it's nice to have this as a reset button. Although, of course, we lose our creatures. Skyclave Relic for 2. Okay, wait. This card, I think, is really good. Look at how much mana ramp they have right now. Nantuko Slicer does not do a darn thing here. We have the Eldest Reborn. The Pock doesn't do much. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do here. I'm just gonna take another turn and see if I can draw a land. All right, we did draw a land. That is great. Yeah, I mean, we just get this going, I guess. Okay, it's a 6/6, and it's attack for 2, I guess. Okay. So now they have access to 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So if they have like an X spell, it's probably the game, and that is the nature of this format. So you just have to, like, it's kind of like when you play Vintage Cube. Like, if your opponent gets a Lotus start and you just lose, like, you roll with it, right? That is certainly something that can just happen. Would love a land here. 2 cards left, so maybe they're out of action. Cultivate, okay. But I can just play Ugin. That would be quite nice, right? I can just kill the Radha. They have all the mana on the planet. All of it. All right, they can't really attack me. Let's put a +1/+1 counter here. Voracious Hydra. Let's kill the Radha. Then I'm just going to draw cards with this. Hopefully I find a land, just so I can keep copying lands off the POC. And then, of course, this makes it less likely I go for the Star of Extinction, of course. All they have is a forest and one unknown card. But that one unknown card can completely swing everything around. So I'm not taking anything for granted here. I mean, I don't know what they have here. Draw a card. And it is, in fact, a land that is huge. Let's copy this. That is an 8/8. This thing has 9 loyalty. If they want to make a land and hit this for 4, I'm okay with this. But, you know, the POC just puts so much pressure on my opponent. Like, it's already an 8/8. So I think it's good for me to do that. And if they kill this, I can always get it back with the Nantuko Slicer here as well. Mizium Mortars Overloaded. Okay. Nice. So now I suppose they can, like, hit my Ugin down to 5? Sure. So land just kind of ends it here, right? So I do land. We draw, that's another land. I mean, I guess they have one card in hand that I don't know about. Let's do this for 3. Let's fight the Bop. The reason why I do it this way is I can still cast Eldest Reborn or kick the Nantuko Slicer. So, all right, our opponent, and by the way, this will also happen in this format. Our opponent had all the ramp in the world and just like they didn't draw any of their top end stuff. So that's really unlucky. Or they just didn't draft enough top end stuff and took too much ramp. One or the other. But they even cast a big score, and their biggest thing was a Radha. So that was kind of rough for them. All right, I'm going to keep this hand here. We have a turn 2 Llanowar Loam Speaker, Celestis, Ugin, and Commit. Perfect hand. Let's just lead with the tap land here. Mountain? Stadium Headliner? Ooh, this is exciting. Just because, like, you never play against aggro decks, so... yeah. Alright, let's see how this goes. I am excited to find out. I just need one more land. One more land to play the Roxanne, because next turn I can go Celestis. Probably name blue here with this land. Whatever. Like, nobody plays combat tricks. I don't know what this is. Is this like a 2-for-1? Like, are they gonna use a shock? What the hell? Okay, well. That was very odd. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Gonna still play the Celestis here instead of keeping up Commit. Next turn we get to play Roxanne and just go off. Too bad this doesn't work with Ugin. It's whenever you cast colorless spells and not when they come into play. Okay, I get a free loot. Oh my gosh. My hand is so good. I don't know what to do. I mean, it's got to be discard this. And then play the POC. Play this for blue. Wait. Oh, what the heck? It just I don't get the option for the clone. That's interesting. All right, let's hit for 4. And now we're at what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, so we can play the Ugin. I mean, without any ramp and then playing a stadium headliner, like, I'd much rather just be proactive here with my hand. Hopefully they just play something I can kill with Ugin, and we can just get the ball rolling that way. Hello, Kronos. There you go. I'll pay 2 life again. Let's exile you. Let's draw cards. And does it give it vigilance? No. I guess I'll just play bird. I was gonna hit for 4, but I'm just gonna play bird and attack for 8. Just gives me a little bit more mana. Also, I double spelled here, so I'll discard Tender Wild Guide. Yeah, our hand is insane, obviously. Yeah, and they're just... look at the difference, by the way. Look at my board versus my opponent's board. Like, I just... The POC is ridiculous, right? If you can get this going. Oftentimes, you don't want to play it on turn 4. It's like, turn 5, you play this, then you play an untapped land, and then, boom, you're set. And then, if you ever get to play more lands on top of that, it really, really snowballs out of control. But our opponent's at 7, they're going to just get some lands, and they're just going to die here. Okay, so, quick 2-0 to start. Now, noting that I'm still recording this on, like, the day this comes out, so not everybody has figured out how to draft Chromatic Cube yet, so day 1 is going to be the day where you probably have the biggest edge, and then once, like, day 3 or 4 rolls around of the Chromatic Cube, everybody has the same deck. So this is kind of fun, when you're the one who gets to do all the fun stuff, right? I want all the fun. This is the time to draft. All right, opponent on the play here. Wait, we gotta... There's a reason why I value these mana accelerants so highly. Don't you just feel warm and fuzzy inside every time you have a turn 2 accelerant in your hand? That's because they're great, all of them. All right, opponent on the play here. We have, 4 lands with a Llanowar Loam Speaker. This is going to set us up for a turn 3 Kindred Denial. Oh, wait. What are my 4 drops? I actually forgot about that. If I draw my... I don't know how many 4 drops are in my deck, actually. If I draw my Nantuko Slicer thing, do I have any other 4s? I actually don't know. Alright, they're black-white, which is generally not a great color combination, I'm gonna say. Mardu? Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. This is huge. I'm actually getting beat down. So perhaps beatdown is the way here. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I considered blocking the commando. But my plan here is to cast Kindred Denial here if possible. Okay, so they were smart about this. Yeah, they were very smart about this. So now I guess I just block just to minimize my damage. I want another land. Do I want Part the Water Veil? An extra turn is interesting. I mean, you can't really go wrong with an extra turn, so I guess I'll keep it. So let me map this out. Like, next turn I play the land in the Mythweaver Puck. Then I draw the land, and then I draw Part the Water Veil. Actually, well... Yeah, this is fine. Alright. Wow. Hey, you know what? Props to my opponent for a very, very sweet deck here. Oh, I did it again. I did it again. I should have put the island into play and had 2 Willow Rush Verges in play. I did this in the last one, but anyways. All right, so if they kill my Mythweaver Puck, I'm basically just dead. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm just blocking. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, they killed the Mythweaver. So how does this work? Let me look at this. You may play cards exile with Tybalt, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. I see. So they can play it next turn, and it's going to be good. Now, I can still play Ugin and kill the Tybalt and take this up to 9. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's gain some life. I'll take damage here too, but that's fine. Next turn, I can part the Water Veil and Awaken, which is very good. Assuming my Ugin doesn't die. They're probably going to play Mythweaver Puck here, honestly. Oh, this is a colorless card with the Ugin. Oh, what a blowout. What an absolute blowout. Okay. Please don't kill my Ugin. If they kill my Ugin, I'm going to be so sad. Unstoppable Slasher's okay? Alright. Alright, they're trying to get me low. Let me think about this. 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10 mana. Red source. Star of Extinction? I don't know that I want that, actually. It kills my Ugin. Alright, let's take an extra turn. Why not? No attacks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's play Ornithopter of Paradise. Exile this. Let's draw some cards. Okay. 3, 4, 5. I can play Roxanne. I kind of want to keep up counterspells, though, I think. Like, keeping up Spell Swindle here seems great. Don't need more. Nah. What's the worst that can happen? I could have done this before and like been at 9 probably. But yeah, let's beat down. I mean, they only have 4 mana. Like, what can they do for 4 mana? Is my thought process here. Pearl Collector, what do you do? I don't know, but I'm going to draw some more cards. This is so awesome. Alright, let's play Ironcrag, exile this. Attack. Take 2. Play this. I'm just keeping up all my counter spells. All right, you know what? I will give them credit. You know, they had a really nice start. They had a really nice start, and I think we were in a position where if they had some kind of removal spell to kill my puck, I would have been in a lot of trouble. But Ugin, again, is really, really good because it has a come into play effect that's fantastic. Rams you, draws you cards, gains your life. It's one of the best top end cards, I think. This format is so ridiculous. All right, on the play here, gonna keep this. A couple of tap lands. Which one do I want to play first? I don't think there's a big difference. This Mana Confluence is going to do a lot of damage to us, though. Well, I guess it depends. Okay, oh no, maybe not. We'll do blue here. Play the Loam Speaker. Okay, never mind. We're good now. Now we have, like, Deathcap Glade into Celestis. If they kill this, I don't really care. We have a lot of redundant mana sources. And yeah, Doppelgang, like, if you can just do it for 2, like, that's good. Obviously, if you do it for 3, that's ridiculous. All right, blue, okay. Similar start, similar start. Royal Eruption, sure. All right, let's play the Celestis. All right, we don't have a whole lot of other action going on here. It would be funny if they also have just like an artifact destruction spell and they're just like all in on preventing me from ramping. I guess it wouldn't be bad technically. Chart a course. Wow, after... Okay. They played the land first, so maybe they have a mana creature in their deck, like a 1-drop mana creature. Lumra. Let's play this. If I hit a land, I actually want to put it in the graveyard here because I have the Lumra. And then I just don't play anything and I get a loot here. From the Celestis, which is also good. If I draw another land, what do I want to pitch? I don't think I need the Hydra here. I think I'd rather cast Joint Exploration and ramp. That's a Ral. Okay. Scry 1, whenever you cast or copy an instant. Okay, they can copy spells, sure. So this is at least going to get us 1 land, which is good. Hopefully it can get us more. Scry. Let's cast this with Kicker. Wow, those are both very good cards. Yeah, I kind of just want both. Alright, so now I can go Lumra, which will at least get me 1 land, or I can play Roxanne, which has... And I have the Slicer. Let's go for it here. Come on, let's hit 4 lands. 1. Alright. We milled really good cards, too. We milled Part the Water Veil, Ugin, and Mythweaver Pock. Now, I do have the Nantuko Slicer, though, so I can use that to get back... Probably Ugin, but getting Part the Water Veil could also be part of the equation here. And now we also have access to 8 mana. Oh my gosh, I can Doppelgang Nantuko Slicer. That's also pretty sick. But the big thing here right now is just the fact that I can Doppelgang for 2. So depending on what they play, I can copy that and just go nuts. So Nantuko Slicer, I don't have anything from their graveyard. It's just a land. 3, 4, 5. So if I play Slicer, I have access to 3 mana, which doesn't really let me play anything too big next turn. So it might just be an instance where I play Roxanne. I'm hoping they don't have a removal spell for Lumra, although it's highly likely that they do. Wow, it's just a Sirach. So that's just going to block, I think. We drew a land, which I'm going to play. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana, 5 plus 4. Alright, attack Ral. Does it come into play tapped? Tapped. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have the Slicer, but I can't really play it the way that I want to. I mean, I can just play this. Right? I can play it with Kicker. And then just place a rock. And then get Ugin back. That seems okay. Also, just I draw a card if they kill one of my things, right? So my graveyard, Partha Waterveil, or Ugin. I'm gonna take Ugin. And I'm gonna take... Oh, I can get any card! Oh! I mean, I still take the Sirach. Sure. Alright. I mean, this is still excellent. I took the Ugin because this plays around counter magic. Like, if they have a counter spell, like, this will still kill the Ral. Do I want to loot here? I actually think I'm gonna decline. What am, like, these are literally the 3 best cards in my deck. What am I looting? Alright, time to copy. Alright. Moment of truth. Burn down the house ×2. Oh, that's good. That is good. Okay. Oh man, and I don't even get to draw a card off of that? That's brutal. Alright, well, let's Oh, this dies too. I see. Alright, well then I'm just gonna play Roxanne. And then play a kicked Tender Wild Guide. And remember, now we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can get... Oh my gosh. We can just have the craziest Doppelgang ever. 1, 2... We can have... Well, we have a Doppelgang for 3 at least, right? 11 mana, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we have a Doppelgang for 3. Oh, no. If I draw a land, because these what is it? Whenever you tap an artifact token... So this one taps for 2 mana. Okay. 5 cards in hand for the opponent, but we have so much more mana than they do. And we still have an Ugin and a Doppelgang. Now, sadly, we can't Doppelgang the Nantuko Slicer, but... Alright, Case of the Lost Witness, sure. At this point, I don't really need to play more lands, right? So, there's that. Star of Extinction, certainly not something that I need to go for here. Let's go ahead and play Ugin. Just exile this. They could have Remand, I guess. It's currently day. Okay. And I'm just drawing a card with this. Commit was a very, very good draw. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna attack with these two, and I'm gonna pump this one up. Burst lightning, okay. I don't know why I didn't do that before. 2 damage to our opponent. And we still have access to commit. We can Doppelgang this a million times. It's legendary, but I do get a gazillion meteor tokens. Remember, this taps for 2 mana too. So what can they play here at instant speed that they didn't play previously? They're at 12 life. We can... Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I have too many legendary... I can Doppelgang like a Tender Wild Guide. Magma Opus. Okay, that's a cool one. So now they could have Mizzix's Mastery and Magma Opus, which could be decent. Or Torrential Gearhulk, I suppose. Still don't know that it's enough, because can you imagine if they Torrential Gearhulk? I guess I don't have enough instants in my graveyard. I mean, they're very close to just dying here. If they want to kill the Roxanne, that's fine. And then we can just start looting as well with the Celestis. So 4 cards in hand. That is a Meringue River Regent. So do I want to counter that? Shh. Sure. Let's put that on top. Let's put a counter here. Eldest Reborn. That's a good one. Hold. So let's see. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 3, 6, 9. So I can make 3 Roxannes. I can make 4 Roxannes. I'm just going to draw a card, though.
Insight is vital to success.
All right, so now we go, what, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can do this for 4. 1, 2. Oh my gosh. Wait. One, two, three, 4. I have 12 meteors in play. Wait, I don't even... How many meteors is this? Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is one way to fireball your opponent. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Oh my gosh. And I had 4 more Roxanne triggers on the stack. How incredible was that? All right. X spells are the key. As long as you have enough ramp, that was an awesome way to win. I mean, obviously we had that game locked up anyways, but yep, that was still a fantastic way to close out that game. 4-0. All right, on the play here, I believe. I have a turn 2 Guardian Idol, and then I kind of just need more mana sources. But my deck is entirely mana, so I just feel like I should keep this hand. I have a turn 2 Guardian Idol, but... I mean, there's certainly a world where this hand doesn't get there. There absolutely is, so we'll see what happens. We drew the island. One more land would be preferable. Oh, we drew one more land. How good is that? So I'm going to wait on the puck until next turn. See what they do. Uro. Do I want to slow down their acceleration? I think the answer is yes. Let's tempo them out. Let's play Mythweaver Puck. Play this tapped. Play that tapped. Okay, so we got the extra land here. Now, obviously, another land would be amazing. But I just didn't want them to play like a big 5-drop here. So, I think that's fine. Oracle of the Alpha. Okay, they shuffle everything in. Good luck to them. We drew Commercial District. Okay, so let's do it like this. So now we get 2 Surveils. That's a Doppelgang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Is this legendary? It sure is. But I can Doppelgang. I mean, obviously I'm keeping Doppelgang. All right. All right, well, let's take another turn, shall we? Okay. So now this is interesting. I can... Why would you concede there? Come on! Let's see, what would I have done? So I would have doppelganged 2 more lands. So that would have given me 4 lands, plus 4 more lands off the puck. So that would have given me 8 lands total. So I would have hit them for 15 with 1 million lands in play. Setting myself up for memory plus just like infinite mana, or I could have also just kept up Spell Swindle and pass. So Hey, our hand absolutely got there. Going back-to-back lands there was amazing. We are now sitting at a clean 5-0. All right, opponent on the play here. Another 2-land hand, but again, 17 lands with all the mana sources in our deck. I think I need to keep. I do have a turn 2 Tender Wild Guide, and I'm hoping it lives. We have a Deathcap Glade and a Stomping Ground. Our opponent mulliganed. Ooh, they started off with a Plains. What does this naturally tap for blue? Okay, we can go Stomping Ground here. Now that we drew the Willow Rush Verge, I can go turn 2 Wild Guide. Spirited Companion, sure. If I draw a different 2-mana ramp creature, I'd be happy. Didn't find one. This is okay. This blocks the Spirited Companion as well. I mean, there's a chance they kill this. And if they do, they do. Okay, nothing out of the opponent here. It's unclear what I need to do here. I think I should wait on the Pock. I don't want commit to memory. I just want more lands here, so let's put that in the graveyard. No attacks and pass. So they didn't have a 3-drop play, which is good. Next turn, we can go Pock into land. What does this do? If one or more tokens be created, make that many tokens. Okay. And it's a 4/4 legendary creature. Okay. Put a +1/+1 counter on this. And let's go Pock into land, into an extra copy of the land, into Guardian Idol. All right, well, mana issues are now solved. They can certainly kill my Pock, but even if they do, I have access to tons and tons of mana here. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Ob Nixilis, so Pock is going to die.
Unfortunately for you, we meet.
I can Doppelgang for 2. Obviously, Doppelganging Ob Nixilis is not that exciting. There's a Sublime Epiphany as well. There is Part the Water Veil. I think this is just a Lumra turn. And hopefully we hit some lands. Okay, we hit 2. That's fine. I like how you don't get to choose on the pathways. But that's a 7/7, and now we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So we can Doppelgang for 2 still. We can also Part the Water Veil and Awaken, which is very, very nice. You kind of want to wait for, after you have like a really nice board, but could be good enough here. Could be good enough. So random 3/2. Okay. Ornithopter of Paradise. Okay. Let's put a counter here. And that is another land. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to target this card, I think. Let's go blue. Wait, cancel. Okay. Let's attack our opponent. They're at 19 lives, so. Okay. So what does this do? Put an indestructible counter on this thing. Okay. It's a land. So now I have access to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So I can Doppelgang for 3. I can also Sublime Epiphany. What happens if I make a clone of this? I don't actually know. Like, there's just like a lot of stuff I'm not very good with in terms of the rules. I bounce this. Okay, well, I'll try. All right, return target. Okay. Target, I'll bounce you. Let's try to copy this. I don't actually know what happens, though. Wait, why did it tap like that? Oh, and it just makes a land. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I know. Now I know, and knowing is half the battle or something. I don't know why it tapped my 6/6 though. That was horrible. Wow. All right, well, it is what it is, I guess. If they play a sweeper here, I guess it's really bad for me.
Your blood shall quench my rage.
Let's see what they do. All right, punted that one. I mean, to be fair, Auto Tapper really got me with this one. Thank you, Auto Tapper. They probably haven't coded that card in a while. All right, so that's a Grave Titan. Sure. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 3, 6, 9, 10. I can do it for 11. And then 14 mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if I tap this, I can do it for 4. I mean, which is really exciting. I don't know if it's good, though. But I will say this. I am doing this because I am a man of the people. Okay? I am a man of the people. Let's do it for 4. For 3, rather. Wait, 4? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14 mana. 1. I don't want an Obnixilis. I just want more things. 2. 3. Actually, I'll take an Obnixilis, sure. Let's kill you. Let's attack our opponent. Is this a little too all in? Does this put me dead to a sweeper? Yeah. Do we care? No. Oh my gosh. This would be the biggest blowout if they had a sweeper. But if not, look at all the fun we had. We have 4 Grave Titans in play. We had like 50 power on the battlefield. And sometimes you just gotta go for the sweet play. Alright? Look, we're not playing for crazy stakes. When you can cast Doppelgang, you play it for as much as you possibly can. Even if it might not be the 100% optimal play. Although, to be fair, it might have been there. Alright, opponent on the play here. This is a highly interesting hand. I'm going to keep it again. It's another 2-lander with a mana accelerant. I could use a blue source. I drew a blue source right away. I actually need another blue source. Oh, wait. Maybe this was a bad keep. I need another blue source. I have all double blue spells in my hand. Oh, but I'm so lucky. All right, I drew back-to-back blue sources. That is incredible. All right, Ether Channeler is whatever. They're just going to draw a card or... Really? You know what's funny is that actually ended up being super relevant. Because I can't play anything here, but it is what it is, I guess. Worn Power Stone, okay. We have Nantuko Slicer, which currently gets back nothing. I can Doppelgang the Worn Power Stone. I'm just going to keep up the counterspell, though. Alright, there is a Mana Confluence. We will take that. Electrolyze, okay. Chipping away. Horned Lockwhale. Okay, we're gonna counter this. And I'm gonna bounce the Worn Power Stone and draw a card. Counter this, bounce this, draw this. Can I counter this? I can counter this, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, we drew the Puck. I think I only have one 4-drop left in my deck. Inferno Titan, okay. Untap land, please. If I don't draw a land, I'm going to be pretty sad. I have so many good things I can do if I draw a land. Okay, so I'm very sad. So I'm going to just cast this Time Walk and hope to draw a land. Okay, we drew the land. So now what do? I can Star of Extinction and go to 4. Or I can cast Ugin and kill this. I want a Star of Extinction, I think. Kills their board, gets rid of their green source. Obviously, like... Obviously, a burn spell somehow kills me. Will randomly get me here. At Sushi, okay. That's fine. I can exile this, which is great. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't care about the Puck now. Exile you. Go up to 7. And, ooh, I'll play birds. I'll go to 6. It'd be funny if I died because of that, but I think it's worth it to play the bird. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a Ral. They are digging. This has 1 toughness on it. And I can play Roxanne. So 3, 4, 5, Roxanne plus counterspell, sure. They discarded a couple of cards, okay. So now it's actually interesting because I can even use this for mana, which is not bad because that lets me play counter magic. I have Nantuko Slicer as well, but nothing to get back. Oh, I still have counter magic up. Yeah, I'm just gonna gain life, whatever. Oh, wow. So I don't even have to play Roxanne here. I can just play the Celestis. 3, 4, 5. I kind of do want to play the Roxanne though. I don't want to flip it. Let's kill Ral. Alright, we're at 9 life, which I feel much better about here. I don't even know if Kindred Denial gets anything. But they have 4 cards left. And now we just need to be careful. Let's just attack for 4. Make another Meteor. 2 to the face, take it easy. Keep up all my counter magic. Draw cards, gain life, keep my life total super high. Play a Mythweaver Puck. It's a 7/7, 3, 4. I don't want to flip this. Decline. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do this for blue, because it's going to copy as a... No, wait. Does it give me another blue land? I don't remember. No, it's a green land. Perfect. Don't need to play Celestis, and I'm just going to pass. 12 cards. Hullbreaker Horror cannot be countered. Oh, I can put it on top, though. That's funny. Because it's not a counterspell. Get wrecked. Okay. And we still have Kindred Denial here. Has more counter magic. Ugin's at 13. They're facing lethal here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 19 mana, so I could have doppelganged for 5. That would have been sick. But anyways, another clean run. And again, like I said, Chromatic Cube draft, it's a little bit degenerate. It's a little bit ridiculous. But at least I want to showcase people, you know, what one of the better strategies is in this format. If you don't already know, I know this has been something that's already been out for a while, but I just, you know, like if you're getting new to this and want to give it a shot, I think this is one of the absolute best ways to draft this format. Prioritize the early mana ramp, prioritize counter spells, and then whatever win conditions, like it doesn't matter too much. There are some that are definitely a cut above the rest. X spells generally are very good. Doppelgang and Crackle with Power notably are very good. Things that give you multiple permanents or get you ahead on multiple cards for a lot of mana are the ones that are really good. So Star of Extinction is a good sweeper. Ugin gets you value immediately. Sublime Epiphany is an amazing counterspell. Lumro got us a bunch of value. So those are types of cards that are really, really good. Roxanne is just great just because even if they kill this, you just get a mana rock, which is really nice. Sabsuna we never drew. The Pock has always been fantastic. The Slicer was actually just okay. Certainly in a matchup where things get very grindy and you have a bunch of permanents in your graveyard, then it gets a little bit better. But maybe I'm valuing this card a little bit too highly just because there were games where this didn't do very much. But the Pock was excellent and all the mana ramp stuff was good. So all in all, very, very happy with this deck. Obviously, most of your decks are going to have like 7 to 11 lands because you get so many of them on the wheel. Just the things that you don't want to focus on, for the most part. Cheap removal, whatever. Like especially red removal. Like if you have removal in your deck, you generally want it to be unconditional removal. Swords to Plowshares type cards. Whereas you don't really want shocks or lightning bolts or anything like that, just because that's not what this format is about. It's about ramping to the late game and finding ways to either interact with what your opponents are trying to do in the late game or going over the top with some of the really good ramp stuff. So that's kind of the what you should be prioritizing here. But I think for me, 2 drafts was good enough. Back-to-back trophies, feeling really good about it. We've mastered Chromatic Cube. So we're going to go back to normal Final Fantasy drafts, try to climb as much as we can before we get to, of course, Edge of Eternity's early access event, which should be a good time because I'm really excited. I really like Final Fantasy. I actually think it's a little bit too early to move on, but I play the hand that I'm dealt, and right now it's moving onward to Edge of Eternity, but it should be a good time all around. So back to Final Fantasy before we get to Edge of Eternities. But this is how you draft Chromatic Cube. Thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes or you wanted to buy some singles for your rotations happening, you wanted to buy some updated singles for your standard, modern, pioneer, or commander decks, check out tcgplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you need deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They have a brand new line of colors available for their curved sleeves. Check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.